Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest and exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Hey there, welcome to Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. If you've ever towed a trailer, you know it can be hard on you, it can be hard on your vehicle, it can be hard on the trailer that you're towing, but there's a solution here, Ryan. At Anderson Hitches, you guys have come up with a better mousetrap. I've never seen anything like this. Tell me how your hitch works.
Well, Dave, we've been really excited about this hitch. This hitch is unique in how it has a bounce control system put into it with these urethane rubber springs, and we've got built-in sway control system in here. It's all built in the head. It looks really nice. It's lightweight. The product's got a lifetime warranty on it. Super install. It's only got 6 bolts to put on, 2 set screws. It takes about 15 minutes to set it up. We really like it.
It looks great. Where is everything made?
Everything's made in Idaho Falls, Idaho. It's all U.S. steel product that we bring in and manufacture it all in-house.
How important is that to you to have control of the quality of the materials that you're using?
We've outsourced some things over the years, and those things become very difficult to get them in hand. Manufacturing everything in-house, we get to control the quality and the time when we're going to start making that product, and we don't have to wait on other people. It's been great.
What was the inspiration for creating this?
You know, we get out using these trailers a lot on our own, and we always want to create something that's going to solve that little problem. So at Anderson's, we've always pulled our team together, and we really strive to have that quality product that we can deliver for ourselves. And we know that when we have that great product for ourselves, then we can carry it on with our customer.
What's the kind of reaction you get from folks who put this on their vehicle for the first time and they see a difference?
Mind's blown when they go out and pull with their trailer and they see how smooth it is and how great the product really works. They always come back, they just unbelievable. You can look at the reviews online, and this product has really got a great review on it.
What are some of the considerations you had to look at when you're building this as far as the drop and the weight that it needs to carry?
So there's all the different vehicles out there. People lift their trucks, or different half tons to 3/4 tons, 1 tons, trailers, different heights and stuff. So we do have this thing in different shank sizes from 2 inch, 2.5 and 3 inch. We've got our 4-inch drop and our 8-inch drop. You can use it in the drop or rise position. So that covers about everything out there.
So tremendously versatile.
Yeah.
And how long has this hitch been around?
So we designed this hitch 10 years ago. It took us a few years to make it really good. And we just haven't had any squelches over the last 4 years. It's been a perfect hitch.
Lifetime warranty, so you know you stand behind it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I see a lot of parts here, but how complicated is the installation?
You know, it's really simple, Dave. All we do is measure a trailer and get it level to the ground. We drop in our, what we call the rack. We slide it into the receiver and pin it in place. We measure to the top of the coupler on the trailer, and we set our ball height at about 1.5 inches higher than that, and we bolt it in place. We set the trailer onto the ball, and then we hook on what we call our sway plate. That hooks onto the bottom of the ball, and then we put our chains on, lace them through the brackets, and we put the nut on the back end, and we pull the bracket tight on the frame. We tighten it down to 75 foot-pounds of torque, and we're ready to roll.
Explain the physics of the whole thing. How does it work?
These chains, we put them under extreme tension. You're looking at around 2,000 pounds of force when you tighten the tension nut. And that goes through what we have here is a urethane rubber spring. It's a very hard durometer of urethane, and it creates a bounce control. When you're going down the road and you hit a dip in the road or a bridge you may cross over, you always feel the trailer jerk back on you or create that bounce. And these springs absorb that. As the truck settles, it squeezes the spring. The spring doesn't have a springy tendency like, say, your traditional weight distribution hitch. It's got a big 27-inch long spring bar on it. This only has the power to lift your truck back to the level where you set it when you left home. It eliminates that bounce, so it's got great bounce control. It's the only one in the industry that has it. And then all of your sway control is all built in this head internally, so everybody gets it. You don't have to purchase it separately. It works with the heavier the trailer, the more sway control, the lighter the trailer, then the sway control is even lighter. So the system just works for your trailer no matter what you hook to it.
Ryan, our guys have tried it. They love it. They can really see the difference, and I know you'll see the difference at home too. You can get one for your vehicle at AndersonHitches.com. We'll be right back with more cool products here on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Do not touch that dial.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. NHOU Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. And by Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977.
Cruising right along with Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. If you've ever done a brake job yourself, okay, you can do most of it yourself, but when it comes to bleeding, you need to throw a buddy in the car and they've got to help you out. If you're home alone, or if you're in a hurry, or you're understaffed at your shop, it's not going to work that way, but here's an invention that's going to change your life. This is called the Fender Lizard. Ryan, what inspired this for you?
Well, what inspired is being a mechanic for 25 years and trying to find that guy to help you bleed the brakes. And the stuff that's out there doesn't really work as well as somebody actually pushing the brake pedal.
And it's expensive to put one of your mechanics up in there just to sit around and wait for you to move around the car and press on the brake pedal. Time is money. And it's dangerous because you've got the car up on a lift most likely.
Yep.
So you've got a solution here. Tell me about the Fender Lizard.
Well, it's a pneumatic cylinder pretty much that goes in between the brake pedal and the steering wheel. It's actuated with a remote, and you just hook it to shop air, you hook it to 12 volts, off you go to each corner.
Simple as that.
When you push it once, it pushes the pedal, holds it, and then as you crack the bleeder, it'll keep pushing, and then you push it again, it releases.
This is not one of those things you see at the S scene on TV store. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
How is this made and where is it made?
We make it, our company, Gravestone Company. It's all in-house, American made.
What kind of warranty do we have on this?
It has a 1-year warranty, and we offer support, repair support if anything happens.
I know that at the last SEMA show, you guys were just overrun with people coming to look at this.
Yeah.
What has the reaction been like when somebody uses this for the first time?
Oh, they love it. I mean, some people come to our booth and their mouths are gaping open, just going, where's this thing been? My whole life as a mechanic, and a lot of them are retired now, going, dang it, I wish I had that, 25 years ago. But it's out now and people are loving it.
And life-changing for a lot of these people,
Yeah.
money-saving for a lot of the pros as well.
Yeah, and last year at SEMA, this guy came to our booth. He bought one 2 years ago, and we're talking to some people, and he's just like, you gotta buy this. I have one, and it's the greatest thing ever. I save so much money, and a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's simple function. It doesn't make a mess, like some of these pressure bleeders and vacuum bleeders do. Like with a vacuum bleeder, when you hook it up to the bleed screw, you can never not see bubbles coming through, so you never know where you're at. And then like pressure bleeders, you have to have all the adapters and all that stuff for all the different mass cylinders. You got the potential of making a mess, getting it on the paint, paying for a paint job. With this, you actually see the stream of fluid coming out. See the last pop of air come out, you know you're good.
Well, thanks, Ryan. Using the Fender Lizard is super simple, and installing it couldn't be easier. What's that process like, Adam?
It's very simple. It's a Velcro strap to the brake pedal. It goes up to the steering wheel. We have a 6-inch adjustment on the top of the plastic unit. It allows for all makes and models. Plug it into the cigarette lighter, 12-volt power source. You can use a jumper box if the vehicle's cigarette lighter's not working, or it doesn't have one. Some of the newer vehicles aren't. After that, you have your key fob remote control right here. That's it. You go down. Obviously, we had this pre-staged. We'd start at the furthest part of the vehicle for bleeding brakes, but it's very simple. We have a bleeder hose on it. We're going to hit the button once. The unit's going to push, and it's going to deadhead on the hydraulic system, and then we are going to open the system. Now that unit is going to keep pushing all the way down to the end of the master stroke. It's got a 6-inch stroke, so it's going to deadhead, and then as you open the system, it's going to keep going all the way down. So
no additional push of the button?
No additional pushes of the button. It's going to stay there, and it's going to be in that position until you're ready.
How cool.
So it's just like somebody sitting in the vehicle with you. There's no yelling at it. There's no having them get distracted, so their foot slipping off of it, they get tired. Once you're ready, easy. Close the system up, hit the button. It's got a spring-operated return as well as your vehicle has a spring assist. So it's going to go back up all the way up to that original beginning stroke. And that way your master cylinder fills with fluid, and you're ready to go again. Simple as this. Push the button, open the system, fluid's out.
Perfect.
Close it, hit the button.
If you're a mechanic, it can save you time, it can save you money. If you're a mechanic at home, it can also save your marriage, right?
That's right, exactly. That's why, that's what it's a time saver. It does the job right. Everybody knows that even with vacuum bleeders, at some point you're going to have to come back and redo this sometimes. You can't ever get all the air out of the system with those systems, we found. So this is the best way to do it, and you don't have to pull anybody from the shop, call your best friend from across town, or, as the worst case scenario, maybe the spouse.
Your words, not mine. What used to be a 2-person job is now easily a 1-person job thanks to the Fender Lizard. You can find it at fenderlizard.com. And you can find more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings just around the corner. Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, rolls on. We are talking about washing parts. You know, the old-fashioned way, leaning over a tub full of gasoline, spending hours cleaning parts. That's not the way to do it anymore. Temco, Mark, makes some amazing parts cleaning cabinets. Tell me why they're revolutionary.
Temco is a 30-year-old family-based U.S. manufactured product using the highest quality steel, sandblasted powder-coated finish, the highest rated pumps in the market. We also have unique features that make us different, like the V-notch top, the cabinet that allows overhead lifting.
So if you have a crane, you can bring a heavy part right in there.
Absolutely, we can center it right on the weight. The capacity of that table is 1,500 pounds, which will handle about anything you can put at it. We steer away from nozzles in our cabinets. We believe that the way to clean a part is time, temperature, and concentration.
So that takes care of the concentration.
Yeah, you want to get as much flow across that part as you can with the right concentration of detergent to clean the part, and eliminating that hassle of the nozzles that get filled with gunk. So you're having to remove nozzles, replace nozzles. That maintenance is gone. We have a mid-range spray bar that you can drop down for smaller parts. Those are some of the basic features of our machine that are different. Easy cleaning, taking out these metal plates here gives the easy access to the tank itself. That makes us unique in the parts washing business.
What about the parts tree and the other attachments that are in here?
Yeah, these come standard with every machine. Instead of trying to add on a bunch of pieces and parts as options, it all comes standard. Casters, parts tree, parts baskets, what we call a transmission pole, which is based for lining up that transmission over the table. All those are standard features, along with an EVAP system, which is unique, I guess, for those areas that have environmental issues, wastewater dumping problems. That EVAP system allows you to turn that on. It will basically boil the water and evaporate the water out, leaving just a little bit of sludge and water at the bottom. Easy to clean out, throw in a bucket, let it dry out, fill the tank back up, put your detergent back in, and you're ready to go again. So those things make us a little different.
How is using a parts cleaning cabinet like this better than the old method? It's leaning over a tank full of gasoline.
Yeah, I mean, taking your key technician, taking him away from turning wrenches or putting parts on or replacing parts, have him stand over a wash basin and clean parts. Where this you can load up, turn it on. Usually the cycle time is 3 to 10 minutes. It has a 60-minute timer, but rarely needed. You can walk away, do what you're doing, come back a little later. The part's cleaned and ready to go and ready to be reassembled.
Yeah, instead of having your chief technician at $35 an hour standing over some gasoline, which is harmful anyway.
Exactly, bat on the back. You know, it's just you're sitting there wasting time and energy when you could be making money. So the return on investment of these machines is excellent.
What are some of the industries that are using your cabinets?
You know, the main industry is automotive related. It's repair shops, transmission repair shops, race engine builders. But beyond that, we have a market in the industrial market or manufacturing. So we have companies like Dorman, Mitsubishi, Halliburton that use our machines to clean their products either as a pre-stage to another step in their manufacturing process or just to get that part ready to go back out into the field. Machine oils, chips and stuff that come on parts. Our detergents have rust inhibitors and things in it, so when you clean that part, you're also putting a rust inhibitor on it that will prevent it from rusting for up to 30 days.
How do I know you've made a cabinet that's going to last?
We have the industry standard, which is a 2-year top-to-bottom warranty and a 10-year warranty on these cabinets. That warranty is always subject to the detergents that you use in this machine, and we recommend ours or something equivalent to ours. But as long as you're using those kind of products, this cabinet will last for years. I have customers with cabinets running every day, 26, 27 years old.
Mark, you ran some parts through here earlier. They were all gunked up, and in just 5 or 10 minutes time, they looked amazing when we pulled them out. It's the efficient way to do it. It's the safe way to do it. Check out Temco's products at washparts.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so stay right here.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Cosmo Recon, introducing the world's best touch-up kit for the professionals. Resin Works, made in America, installed locally. and by DirtCarLift.com, a better, faster, and safer way to service your race car.
Every once in a while here at Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, we get a legendary name in the studio, and this is one of those cases. Loctite has been around for 65 years with their blue and their red thread locker. That's what you guys are famous for, Andy. But it's not just about the thread locker anymore. What has Loctite been up to lately?
Over the past several decades, we've actually worked on a lot of different areas, focusing on adhesives, kind of gasketing, lubricants, cleaners. Even under our TerraZone brand, we even have our collision repair products.
But first, let's talk about what folks are familiar with, the red and the blue thread locker.
Blue, in the Loctite world, we're talking about our 243. That's your kind of go-to product. The Loctite product, they all come in our iconic red bottle. So when you're trying to pick out blue, is looking at the actual blue stripe and seeing that, okay, that is a blue product. Because in the red bottle is gonna be the blue, the red, like our 263, is where you're gonna actually see a red stripe indicating that's the high strength material. So the blue is gonna hold your nut and bolt together, but it's also gonna be easily removable with just regular hand tools.
That is for if you want stuff to stick. If you want stuff not to stick, you guys can cover me there too.
We have a range of different anti-seize products, everything covering for general vehicle use all the way over to marine usage. So you're typically gonna see it in like the brush top bottles. Some of the innovation that we've had over the last years is actually creating it in this easy to use, no mess stick. So when it comes to anti-seize, if you're anything like me, all you do is look at the brush top bottles, and next thing you know, you're finding it in your ear 3 days later.
Tell me about the 4070 you brought here.
4070 is a great innovation for us. Traditionally, when you're talking about adhesives, you would either have the option for speed or durability of an epoxy, but you couldn't necessarily always have both. And so that's really where the 4070 comes in. This is actually a hybrid product that gives you the speed of super glue or an instant adhesive, but it's also mixed with an acrylic, so it gives you that environmental durability.
Now you can talk about how much it sticks all you want, but the proof's in the pudding here. You guys have a video that is unreal. You're pulling a train with this stuff.
So this is an 11-gram tube of adhesive. Just using 3 grams of that, we were able to pull a 208-ton train.
And we're not just talking like 100 yards.
It went on a tour of Napa Valley.
Real quickly, Andy, you brought a couple of things that are specifically for automotive applications.
Under our TerraZone brand, which is more focused on the professional type of collision repair environment, we have our MS222, which is an anti-flutter material. So that's something where if body shop's replacing the roof skin, where you have your roof bows, they're able to put that in there. That way you don't get that vibration of the roof. We have a couple different seam sealers that we offer, and it's a combination of the seam sealer with our equipment. Easily replicate any OEM seams right in the shop floor and get those perfect, clean, crisp lines you get with the robot in the manufacturing side of it. To help as well, we have our cavity wax. You look at the edge of the door, you see all the rust bubbles popping through. The cavity wax is a great product to be able to get into those door skins and prevent any of that rust from occurring.
Loctite has all kinds of solutions. You can go to Loctite.com or call them at 1-800-LOCTITE to check out their full array of products. You know, Jeeps are fantastic, and there's nothing better than pulling the doors off and enjoying the fresh air. But, Ralph, there's all kinds of complications once you take the doors off. And what are some of the things you run into and you kind of regret not having doors with you?
The weather changes. It goes from being a nice, beautiful day to cold, or, God forbid, you get a downpour, some kind of rain, or you end up in an area where you would like to not have your belongings stolen out of, so, you know, you can put the doors back on.
Yep, so you can take them with you now. So it's not just a matter of leaving them in the garage. Thanks to Hitchworx, now we have a carrier for the doors here in the back.
Yeah.
Easy to install. Just goes right into the hitch receiver.
Yes.
Once you've done that, then how do you put the doors on?
You remove them just like you normally would, one at a time. You start with the driver's door, and it fits into the hinges, just like you would when you put them on the Jeep. You then attach the latch side over there to the locking mechanism on that side. Grab the other door, bring it around, slide it on. Hook it up over there again.
All right, well then, if they're back here, isn't someone gonna steal these when I park the Jeep somewhere?
No, we have the security plate that we keep the doors in place.
And then there's the hassle of carrying the extra key when you got a lot of bike racks and that sort of thing. I've always seen that, but you've taken care of that problem.
Yes, we use these programmable locks that program to your factory key fob, so you don't even need to carry an extra key, and always have the key for your doors.
If you don't have that key, you've got bigger problems anyway, so that's fantastic. You know, I went online and checked to see what people were saying, and a lot of people had that question whether this thing locks, and they were worried about security of the doors. Well, guess what, folks? This lock really makes things handy. While I was online too, I found a lot of great photos people had posted. A lot of folks who bought this rack were proud of it and loved it and put pictures up. Lots of people using it from coast to coast. I saw people on the beach. Some people in the wintertime even had their doors off and they were toting it behind them here with this rack from Hitchworx. So lots of folks using it year round and lots of people really happy about it. How's the Freedom Carrier from Hitchworx actually made?
It's all made out of 1.5 inch square tubing. It's 14 gauge. It's TIG welded. The components over there are stainless steel, and so is the pin, so it doesn't have any corrosion issues.
It's going to last a long, long time.
Yes, sir.
And one of the reasons we know that, because it is made in the USA, one of my favorite things. Well, head on over to hitchworx.com, get one of these for your Jeep. They'll also custom fit it based on the aftermarket hitch that you have. The automobile industry has lost a giant, and we here at Motorhead Garage have lost a friend. Alex Borla passed away in early February, just as we began shooting this episode. Since he founded Borla Performance Industries in 1978, Alex's focus was on quality. And in that time, his company established itself as the premier brand of exhaust systems. Borla Commerce Park was home to Motorhead Garage for many years, and the Borla family were terrific hosts. Alex was a great innovator, a passionate automobile enthusiast, and just a good guy. We dedicate this episode to the memory of Alex Borla.